What's up, guys? Nate Spear here, back for a leg day. So today we're gonna do quads, and we got a special treat for you guys as well. We got Coach Andrew Barrett with us as well. So we're gonna have a tag team on quads for you guys today, so we should be able to drop some good knowledge on you. If there's any kind of extra info you guys want or any kind of question, just leave them in the comment section and we'll be sure to get that answered for you as well. So for quads today, honestly, I won't lie, me and Andrew have been training together lately, and we're a little bit in our older years, so we've been a little bit intuitive as far as like how the body's feeling and stuff like that. So I would say, you know, it's okay to do that on your own as well. So maybe if the lower back's a little bit tighter, I'm also getting a lot heavier too, so you know, maybe instead of like a squat, I'll do a leg press, or you know, something that's going to be a little bit more safer and a little bit more easier mobility wise, right? So for quads, usually we start with extension or hamstring curl just to get everything firing. If you follow me and you start listening to YouTube stuff, you'll see I do a lot of like pre-exhaust stuff before I get into the bigger heavy movements, especially like I said, being a little bit older now and thinking about longevity. You want to make sure everything's primed up. So usually we'll start with that extension or hamstring curl. Then we'll get into the big movements. We'll probably do a hack squat or a leg press and like some kind of lunge. I'm a big fan of like having a lunge in there for quads, whether it's Bulgarian split squat or walking lunges. So just keep following along and we'll see what happens.
Leg day anxiety?
Oh yeah, definitely. I mean, it's gotten better, I would say, over the years of training, but you definitely have a higher standard on leg day as far as what your expectations are for yourself. You can't really have it half foot in, half foot out when legs, you know. It's either you're all in or you might as well stay at home. Yeah, I would say now I try not to think about my leg day as much, whereas like the anxiety comes from like the thought of it, you know what I mean? So the night before or the drive to the gym, I try just tonight not think about what I'm doing or for legs, because like it's just better to like not have that like anticipation. It makes my stomach like feel like I'm gonna throw up. Try not to think about it too much.
I used to make myself sick for leg training. Dude, when I'm 40, so when I was growing up, there was no YouTube, so we didn't watch videos. Like you just remembered what you did the week before. And I grew up training with a couple of like older bodybuilders, even when I was like 13, 14, and they'd put me through their workouts. They were state champions and stuff. And you just remember like, oh man, we did this, we did that, we did that. I didn't think I could do any more, but they made me do more. So then the following week, you're like, Thursday night, before you have like a Friday leg day, you're like, you're up until 10, your stomach's turning, you're going to bed just thinking like, oh man, they're gonna destroy me tomorrow. So it's all good though, you know, it's good anxiety.
We all did that when we watched the Coleman videos right back in the day.
Well, yeah, so actually, I did have the DVDs. Yeah. We had the DVDs. Actually, I'm sad to say I actually had a VHS. My original Ronnie was a VHS. So like back in the day, Nate used to drive 2 hours to come up and train legs with me, right? And I was like all into it then, and he was just getting into it real hard. But like he would always have that anxiety of watching me do like the hard stuff first. And I swear to God, it is quite hard. There is like a mental victory or mental like one-uppery of being able to be the guy that does it first, because then you're just done, right? The other guy had to live through it like,
and watch you struggle,
and then had to do it themselves. Like, oh shit,
I gotta do that now.
Yeah.
Or sometimes it's funny because like he'll be like spotting me or something, and like because it'll be so intense, he'll be out of breath like from the spot. You know, he's like,
so
I didn't
really
catch my breath.
Yeah, it's so true.
So for the extension, like I said, we're sort of pre-exhausting, getting everything fired, warmed up. I don't like to go crazy heavy on these because like I look at it as an isolation. So I'd rather have like slow control, get the blood in the muscle. You're not gonna do the full stack on a quad extension unless you really want to hurt your knees and like constant pain, you know? So for us, we're really just trying to drive that blood in there to set us up for that big movement, you know? So by the time we get to the next movement, quads are firing, they're full of blood, and they're gonna be much more activated when we get to that big movement, you know? pause set, which you could ask 5 different people and you get 5 different answers, but for me, I usually do something along the lines of you work your way up to your heaviest set, and then we'll do that for 12 to 15. Whatever it gets started gets really hard, right? Because you have to pace yourself a little bit. Then you'll take a 10 seconds rest in between, go again with the same weight. Essentially, and at that point, I'm just going to failure. So like 8 to 10 is usually a sweet spot. And then another 10-second rest, and then another set to failure, which would be like 6 or 8. So you'll notice that the reps will start to come down a little bit, right? Because it gets harder and harder. This is how we get pretty much a maximal pump and the most out of that quad extension without having to go super, super heavy like I was talking about. So you're not frying your joints, you know?
Last round. It's like charred barbecue chicken. It's like burnt to a crisp at this point. Come on, I got this. Yep. Come on. Yep. Two more of these. Those should gradually get harder and harder until you pretty much can't go at the end, right? So, and if you really want to make it much harder, but I find the more muscle I got, the harder it was. But if you keep your legs in that stretch position, it'll make it even like 2 times harder, maybe 3 times harder. So if you're having, if you don't think it's hard enough, you try it. Keep your legs in the pad during those 10 seconds, and then I'll make it dramatically harder if you need to. So I would say advice people starting out on a technique like that, start lighter than you think you want to, because you know, which we might get the first round, you're not going to get near that the second, third round. So definitely underestimate a little bit versus overestimating.
So people at home know, we didn't set up that great band, okay? We'd use a much smaller one. I think it's good to band a hack squat, especially the more steep it is. But like the gray band might be a little too much, but at this point we're not going to change it in and out, you know what I mean? So I'll say with the hack squat, but you'll notice we've been doing this for a while, so you'll notice our tempo is very smooth and even. There's not really a whole lot of pausing, maybe as it gets really heavy, but for the most part, we're straight up, down, no, you know, keeping constant tension on the legs, right? So I think you're getting more bang for your buck that way.
Yeah, I kind of rule of thumb on that. Like, you want to see repetitive motion, piston-like reps until you're 75% done the set. So, you know, you're squatting 400 pounds for 8 reps. You should be able to go up and down 6 times before you stop and like take a deep breath and then readjust for the last 2. I think that's kind of a good rule of thumb, especially for younger trainers out there. You notice like this has got like the hydraulics in it, so you can adjust the angle that it's at. Whereas if you look at some of the other hack squats there, you know, like a straight 45 or even less. Whereas this one, we've got it like probably closer to like a 75, maybe 80-degree angle. So we're making it harder, especially with the quadriceps. Every degree you come forward, you're increasing. There's some formula you can use, but you're increasing the amount of weight you're actually lifting versus taking away in health. So basically, we're badasses.
Also too, like in my opinion, concerning foot placement, I found you'll hear a lot of the older school guys say like toes in, out, whatever. My personal preference is whatever toe stance can get you the optimal range of motion. So for me, you'll see I sort of go shoulder width, and then a little bit duck footed. That's because I can get super deep, so I'm getting more flexion on the quad, right? So whereas if my toes are straight up and down, I can't get as nearly as deep, and it's not getting as far of a great of a stretch on the quad.
On that also, a lot of it has to do with like your ankle flexibility, your hip flexibility, your knee flexibility. So everyone has like their own unique stance. If someone's like, oh, you need to do it exactly like this, even if you hear it on podcasts and stuff, talking about form, it's not necessarily true, because let's say we have him put his feet too low, his heel's coming up like crazy, he's putting his knee in danger. Yeah, he's hitting his quad like crazy, but he's putting his knee in danger. So there's a happy medium there in terms of forward or backwards where you're putting your feet. You know, you want to be sure that the heel is still on the platform, and the same thing with the width, you know. Here's that anxiety.
I know, now it's
your
your turn.
First, now it's my turn. And I'm still breathing from the last warm-up set. Still got it. I'm alive.
So now we're moving on to leg press. We've been doing this for a while, so now we gotta sort of warm up a little bit again, just to open the hips up. So we're sort of working our way up in weight again. And you'll find the take-home note for me, at least, is something that changed my legs was just deeper range of motion on everything. I used to put a little more thought into the overall weight as opposed to like how the whole rep looks. And when I started like 2 years ago, lightening the weight a little bit and getting much deeper range of motion, and like I said, changing my foot placement a little bit, using machines that would allow me to get that optimal range of motion, then my quads really started taking off from there. Then my sweeps got a lot better too. A lot of people are like, it's very hard to build sweeps, which I agree. But what helped me a lot was just the deeper range of motion. And like, yes, it's humbling at first and you have to lower the weight a little bit, but that's your starting point. And then you just get increasingly stronger with the new form, right?
Are you saying stick with this?
Stick with this and just get 20.
Do a wheel maker?
Yeah.
Look, you get 20.
Well, I mean, not consistently.
Oh, you mean like a plus?
Oh, yeah, we just thrust a second. I thought that was a wheel maker, no?
Widowmaker's like, you can get 15 to failure, and then you hold it, don't release the weight.
Right.
You breathe 3-4 breaths, you bang out 3 more. You breathe 2 more breaths, you bang out 1 or 2 more.
You don't think we could do that with this?
You can, I can.
Alright guys, so that was my quad day. Pretty much that's what it looks like almost every week. We do a quad day and then a hamstring day, with a little bit of quads on the hamstring day. So this is our full quad day. All it is quads, a little bit of adductors as you saw. And that really helped me bring up my quads the last couple of years. And like I was saying, all those tidbits that I added in there, cues, the deeper range of motion, the tempo, the keeping it a little lighter to get optimal contractions. Sort of that's what my take home from today. Maybe something that you think I missed during that workout, you know, leave a comment on the YouTube. Also, if you guys share on their Instagram stories, helps a lot, gets the word out there a little bit more. I really appreciate all the comments, the support. We just started getting this going again. And last week we dropped the arm video, had a lot of good feedback there, a lot of comments, a lot of shares. I really appreciate it because it just helps me motivate to keep putting this stuff out there for you guys, because I'm the type of guy where I'm like, who wants to really know what I'm doing? Obviously some of you guys like to see it, so I like putting it out there. It's good that you guys are liking it, sharing it, and it motivates me to keep putting this stuff out there. And also, if you guys need good supplements, check out HT. That's my company right there. I've been with them for almost 2 years now. My code is NASTYNATE. If you guys want to know some stuff to try, just shoot me a DM. Continue to like, share, subscribe, ring that bell for notifications, and you know, keep following along, and let's get nasty.